Shalom. This is the brothers from GMS Louisiana Saints with another lesson. But before we do anything, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. We're just going to get straight into the lesson. We're going to start it off with Isaiah 19, verse 2.
And it says, Isaiah 19 and 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian.
And these Egyptians are not talking about your ancient Hamitic Mizraimites, not those Egyptians. It's talking about your modern day spiritual Egyptians, these American Edomites, or so-called white people, because as pursuant to Revelation 11, verse 8, this place America is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Sodom because it pushes that LGBTQ agenda on the entire planet, and Egypt because this is the modern day place of bondage for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true children of Israel. And also, if you look at the different symbologies and statues in this country, it harkens back unto ancient Egypt. The Washington Monument, which is an obelisk, and especially that pyramid on the back of your $1 bill.
It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. City against city and kingdom against kingdom.
Hey, and if you look at this point where we're at in 2020, this country has never been more divided than it is at this point in all of its history, especially amongst these Edomites. You got these young Edomites against these old Edomites, with the millennials against the baby boomers, so-called straight Edomites against the LGBTQ Edomites. Atheistic Edomites,
left wing versus right wing,
left wing versus right wing,
Democrat versus Republican,
woman against man, with feminism versus MGTOW. It's just divided on all fronts, and you're especially seeing it rear its ugly head with these upcoming elections, which is what we're going to be getting into with this video, because we've got an article showing that a lot of people on both sides expect violence to erupt. And we're here to tell you in this video that violence will erupt. Whether it happens exactly at the elections or a little bit afterwards, just know that it's a definite, and it's going to be violent, vicious, bloody, gory, anything you can imagine.
And if I could add, a lot of you people don't know and y'all don't understand that our power, he's the God of war, man. So he wants to see this happen.
Hey, we'll get that real quick.
Right. Our powers are very dramatic and amazing power that want to see bloodshed, man. And we see it all throughout the scriptures.
This is Exodus 15, verse 3. The Lord, and the true name is Yahweh. So Yahweh is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name. So
all you people that want to see peace, all you people that want to see safety, which I definitely am going to get that real bad.
And if you've seen the Father, if you've seen the Son, then you've seen the Father.
That's right.
So Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly refer to as so-called Jesus Christ, is a man of war just like his Father. And what did he say? Do not think that I've come to bring peace, but a sword. To set brother against brother, father against son, mother against sister. And that's not just for these Jakes out here, it's for you Edomites as well. Going back into that Isaiah 19, verse 2. And I shall set the brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. City shall fight against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
That's right. This 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety.
Hey, what's it sound like right now? Hey, we're in phase 3.
We're in phase 3.
Hey, come on down to Bourbon Street. Oh, come on down to these bars or any of these places to gather and have a good time. Just wear your mask. Hey, we're coming with the vaccine. Everything's gonna be good. But what does it say?
It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come.
Oh, Trump saying, oh, well, we do have a vaccine, but the military is going to administer it. And what do you think that means? These people who are trained to be killers and soldiers are going to be administering the vaccine.
Trump got them good boys on standby.
The Proud Boys.
The Proud Boys.
Hey, sit back and stand by. And best believe that these Proud Boys are ready to get it in if Trump so-called loses the elections, or even if he wins. Hey, they're ready to get it in. And also these Antifa types on the left side.
It says, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Hey, like a thief in the night, all hell's about to break loose. And with the way things are looking, these 2020 elections may just be the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's right.
Or the spark that lit the whole fire off.
That's right.
And that's what we beautifully and diligently hope is the case. Because if you truly refer to yourself as an Israelite and believe in these scriptures and believe in your power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, when you read information like what we're about to go into in this article or see things going on in the news, you should be rejoicing.
You get hype in the spirit, man.
You should be excited knowing that you're about to see everything that you've been reading about take place right before your eyes.
Right.
And even though it's going to be dark, we know what that light at the end of the tunnel is going to be. Eternal rulership in the kingdom of heaven, having your foot on the neck of your enemies, chiefly these Edomites, these American Edomites, these spiritual Egyptians that have been plaguing us ever since we came to the shores of this wicked, abominable country.
That's right.
Kind of read verse 3 in that Isaiah 19.
No problem. This Isaiah 19:3. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail, and in the midst thereof."
Hey, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Hey, you're seeing a lot of these Edomites go into so-called conspiracy theories now, saying that, it doesn't matter who gets voted in. The presidents aren't elected, they're selected.
Yeah.
Or do you know that there's a depopulation agenda out there? Or do you know that the elites are trying to destroy the middle class? Hey, the American dream is dead.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to bug out and fend for our own. Hey, they're starting that American dream spirit, that white picket fence, the dog in the family. People are starting to see that it's actually a nightmare. They don't believe in the system anymore.
There was an article, I don't mean to cut you off, there was an article that was posted in the WhatsApp about this year, a lot of Americans only made about $34,000 this year, man. So people don't have money like they used to, man.
Yeah, I sent that.
Yeah, you put that on.
I'm gonna get that in. Hey, that's got some killer info in it too, real quick. Hey, just to show how this American dream is working out for you, which is causing your spirits to fail.
That was a good article, you know. It just lets you know, man, that these American people, they're not making the money that they used to make. So you know what? These holidays that they love to celebrate so much, it won't be celebrated like that, man.
Hey, I don't even see that anymore.
Yeah.
Ever since I came into the truth a couple of years ago, it's just I've had family members, and I've even seen other people with family members. They say we just don't get together or celebrate the holidays anymore. That spirit of mirth is not there anymore. It's
failing.
As it says in Isaiah 24, there should be a crying for wine in the streets because the cities and the doors shall be shut up.
True.
But here's that article from the economiccollapseblog.com that you were referencing. Goodbye middle class. Half of all American workers made less than $34,248 last year. And when we go into it, it says, to give you an idea of just how bad things have gotten, I would like to share with you some key numbers from the reports that the Social Security information just released. 32.26% of American workers made less than $20,000 last year. And these are 2019 statistics. This is before the coronavirus hit. So imagine how bad these 2020 numbers are going to be if they even release them. 44.79% of American workers made less than $30,000 last year. 56.46% of American workers made less than $40,000 last year. Hey, and keep Esau Edom in mind. $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 used to be nothing to the average Edomite. They used to blow that money on peanuts.
In a week.
In a week, go to Disney World and pretty much buy up the whole damn place. 65.91% of American workers made less than $50,000 last year. And here's the kicker. Today, remember what the title was. Half of all American workers made less than $34,248 last year. Listen to this. Today, the poverty level for a household of 5 in the United States is $30,648.
So hard to support a family on that. Yeah, man, that's what's going on in this world, man. So like it says, man, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And we in the midst of it, and we see what's going on, and we reporting it, man, as the Heavenly Father instructed us to do, man.
Finish that out, Baba Kashai.
It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof.
Hey, destroying the council, these people don't believe in the mainstream media that they used to go to for information. Oh, they know Fox News is BS.
Yeah.
Or they know CNN and MSNBC is BS.
I just want to say Esau telling you it's BS.
Your president's telling you that.
Yeah. Esau just made a show about telling you that the news, most of the news that they show on these social medias is fake news, man. It's to keep you caught up in this world, keep you distracted on bullshit, man. That's all it's about, you know?
Con.
Keep reading.
Con.
It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
Con, hey. That's mainly talking about these elites going to these different idols, chiefly the spiritual demon Satan, asking for answers. But hey, the Most High has taken that left-handed energy away from them.
Yeah.
That's why it says in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, that they're about to come down in great wrath because they know that they have but a short time. They know that, real quick, they know that since they're not getting the counsel that they used to, that they got to up their plans to try to bring about this new world order and this chip, which is the mark of the beast. But once they make that move, hey, that's when the checkmate happens and the Most High makes his move.
That's right. That's right.
You had a point out?
Yeah, it's wrong. Make
Con. Hey, and also on a lower level, seeking to the charmers and the spirits. That's your average so-called Christian American out here going to sweet baby Jesus Christ, or these Edomites and these other philosophies like Buddhism or anything like that. Hey, they're seeing that that's BS, and these people are just losing all hope.
But you know what I was gonna add? I was gonna actually add that you know how you got your Ice Cubes and all these niggas trying to come up with different things to get black people in a better situation and shit. All those things gonna fail, man. Those things gonna be destroyed, cause those are your sorcerers too, man. Your idols too. A lot of you people idolize those artists and those movie stars as if they're gonna get you out of the predicament that you're in. No, those things shall fail, man.
Hey, one of the brothers in the Baton Rouge camp did a video on Tupac, how he was just a agent and it was all a hoax.
Yeah.
And that video got, just from the title alone, that video got 24,000 views and about 400 likes and around 600 dislikes. And when you go into the comments, it's nothing but Jake's bitching and moaning and whining about their great savior, Tupac. They're Yahweh Shai. They're Barabbas.
Yeah.
When it's clear to see that Tupac was nothing more than a cake boy.
That's right.
A fruit bar.
I might do a video about niggas in the comment section on that.
Con. But without further ado, let's get into this article.
Okay, this article is by Michael Snyder.
And it's on the economiccollapseblog.com. Hey, this is an Edomite whose spirit is failing within him, because all throughout his website he's just talking about doom and gloom, lamentations, mournings, and woe. And he's got another website called the endoftheamericandream.com.
That's right,
and that's an omen.
Everybody know America finished, man. If you don't know America finished, then you just gonna fall with it. It says the article is named "Many Americans are now planning to bug out ahead of Election Day as authority brace for chaos in the streets."
God.
It says, "Will you be safe where you currently are if the election results cause chaos to erupt in the streets of our major cities? A lot of Americans are becoming deeply concerned about their personal safety as we approach November 3rd, because they can see what is coming. It is going to take a lot of extra time to count all of those votes, because tens of millions of Americans are voting by mail this time around, and both sides have recruited armies of lawyers and are prepared to contest the results of the election to the bitter end. No matter who ends up being declared the winner when it is all over, there will be millions upon millions of very angry voters out there that are likely to feel as though the election was stolen from them."
Hey, that goes to show that the spirit of America is failing within her, and they're seeking the counsels that can't help them. People see that this whole they see that even if they believe that voting matters, they in their spirits they see that a mail-in ballot that could go, they could just throw it out,
Yeah.
or my vote doesn't count, and they could just give all the votes to Biden if I'm voting for Trump, or vice versa. So that's why it says that these people are expecting violence, because they're gonna feel like it was stolen from them.
Yeah. And you know, Negroes, they ready to go into uproar anyway because they've been trying to get Trump out of office, man. They've been not liking Trump, man. You know, and you know you got your liberal Edomites trying to get Trump out of office, and you got them conservative Negroes and Edomites, man.
Trying to keep him in office.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, that's a clash right there. You know, Trump come with a certain type of spirit, so therefore his people come with a certain type of spirit, and the people that hate him come with one too, man. That will start a riot. You saw him and Bernie Sanders was going at it.
Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Con.
Right.
How can you take anybody seriously when you have the dude's not even president, Joe Biden, look at the president and say, can somebody shut this clown up?
Right. But you know, people been able to talk crazy about Donald Trump. Niggas be like, fuck Donald Trump in song. You got some random nigga talking about fuck Donald Trump in a song, man. You know, just... I just want to say, in our kingdom, there will never be nobody that disrespect us in our rulership, man.
It was not even a dog shall lift up its tongue against Israel. That dog being you heathen nations.
That's right. It says, I'm just making sure where I was at. It said there will be million. All right, yeah. It says, and that is a recipe for widespread societal unrest.
Hey, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, every man against his neighbor, every man against his brother, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
That's right. It says, I truly wish that we could go back and do things differently so that we would not be facing this sort of scenario.
Hey, and this guy proclaims himself as a Christian, but you clearly err not knowing the scriptures, because what does it say in Ecclesiastes chapter 3? There's a time and a season for everything, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for peace and a time for war.
I just wanted to add, if Babylon could heal
herself,
then
we would have healed her.
We would have held her.
But her sins have reached up to the heavens, and that cup is overflowing.
That's right.
Hey, it's time for Babylon to go down.
It's time for it
like
to go.
Like Rome went down. Like the Grecian empires went down. The Medo-Persians, Babylonians, Assyrians, all the way back to the Egyptians, etc., etc. All you heathen nations were given your time to rule.
Right.
And now Esau, time's almost up.
That's what I'm saying. You think those people within those societies was ready for their kingdom to fall? No, when you gotta go, you gotta fucking go. In America, your time, you are on borrowed time. You got men out here turning into women. You got women turning into men, and they having kids, man. They been doing shit like that too. That's not even no shocker no more.
No, that people read an article like that, it's like, oh, that's some...
You got kids out here. You got little boys out here stripping at gay clubs and shit, man.
Being a 11-year-old drag queen named Lactatia.
Yeah.
With his parents completely A-okay with it.
The motherfucking Pride Month come, or Pride parades come, you got children, women, men out there just all freak nasty and shit, man.
Walking around with damn dog collars on.
It's
giving balloons to underage kids.
It's ridiculous, man. You know, and I just hopped on the homo things, man. We could speak on the other economic things also, man.
What
you know?
Esau's doing to you, Jakes, in your neighborhoods and community. What Esau's even doing, what these elites are even doing to their own people. They're dismantling the so-called middle class and throwing you Edomites under the bus.
Yeah.
Hey, and then we can go outside of the country with these hundreds of U.S. military bases all across the planet, sucking up those countries as resources and raping and robbing and murdering their people.
That's right, man. Because when this pandemic all said and done, a lot of you small business owners, y'all not even gonna have no business, man. Y'all not even really making no money right now, man.
Hey, to those that survived, you barely made it past this first lockdown.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do once that 1-2 KO comes with this second lockdown? You're going to sit there in the fetal position sucking on your thumb.
Yeah. It says, I truly wish that we could go back to do things differently so that we would not be facing this sort of scenario. But it is too late for that now. More than 27 million Americans have already voted, and more are voting every day. Any attempt to fix the process will have to wait for future election, and without a doubt, it would definitely need to be fixed.
Keep going on.
It says, it is still difficult for me to believe that I am actually writing about the possibilities of violence at the U.S. presidential election, but this is where we are at as a society.
And it's not difficult for us to read it or talk about it, because like we opened up with that Isaiah 19 verse 2, we know that you Egyptians are about to go at each other's throats like vicious dogs.
Oh. Yeah. It says, in fact, there is violence in the streets right now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you've had Trump supporters in states here and there get gunned down by people on the left, and it's vice versa. You had people on the right going and causing a ruckus and shooting people, and you've even had an uptick in police officers getting shot at.
Right.
Up in one of those Midwestern states, there was a shootout where one cop got shot in the chest, and another took one straight to the dome.
Right.
And that's just every day. Oh, we got a hostage situation.
Exactly. I'm telling you, man. You think that shit in Charleston, South Carolina, was just the end of it? Nah, man. That was just at the beginning, you know. But that was, boiling points, man. That's going to take place again, and going to continue to take place till this place fall to his knees, man. You know. It says, this should break all of our hearts, because violence is not going to solve anything. Yes, it is.
Hey, what is it saying, Sirach chapter 12? Through violence is a kingdom translated from one people to another.
That's right.
Hey, through violence, when you Edomites came into this final season, this little season of your final rulership, beginning with the Renaissance, through colonialism, chattel slavery, this Jim Crow law, civil rights era, the crack epidemic, the drug wars, all that. That's how you got all the riches you got today, through violence. And then once all this violence falls upon you, these race wars, civil wars, famines, and pestilences, and ultimately Yahushua returning, through that violence, the kingdom's going to be translated back to its rightful owners.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is this guy talking about? Violence has been creating better opportunities for these Edomites for their whole for their whole lives, man.
Violence has created opportunities for every nation that ever came into rulership.
That's a fact.
Name me one empire or kingdom throughout history that got what they want by walking up. Hey, can we come in there? Hey, we got some roses and some chocolates. Let's sit down and drink some wine. No.
Right. Hey, can I have your land?
Your daughter?
Can I have everything that you have here? I promise I'll take care of it with love.
But you just got to follow my ideology and worship my God. And we'll be cool. We'll be fine. We'll have a good old time about it.
Yeah. If you break the rules, you just got to leave. That's not how it goes.
I'm not going to tax you or anything.
Right. That's not how it goes.
Yeah, your culture is just as equal to mine, but mine's just a little more equal.
Yeah. It says, unfortunately, an increasing number of people are not listening to the voices of reason.
Hey, as it says back in that Isaiah 19 verse 2. Let me get it real quick.
Oh, I'm going to get it for you.
Oh, I'm there right now.
All right.
Hey, as it says, and I will destroy and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. Yeah,
so ain't no more, let's be happy, let's find a way to get to this point and get to that point. No, because, honestly, that voice of reason it's really no reason in it. Violence, death, destruction need to come, man. So all that, let's make a way to be happy spirit is out of the window, man. It says, and we are seeing anger and frustration rise to levels that we have never seen before. Hold on, I'll get a little precept real fast.
Con. Anger and violence rising to levels we never seen before. You know why that is? Because we're living in the last seconds of these last days, when everything you see right now is about to dissolve. the earth and the works that are therein are about to get burned up by that fervent heat.
That's right.
And that's just the cherry on top. Those nuclear missiles, the Esau, Edom's kingdom going down, building up to that coup de grace is again going to be these civil wars, these race wars, these biblical famines, pestilences, cannibalism, martial law, etc., etc.
That's right. I got the precept too. This is Matthew 24:17. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be." So you ain't never seen tribulation that's going to occur. And I'm not saying that this tribulation that they're talking about is going to be the peak or the height of the tribulation that is going to occur in America. But this article is letting you know that they have never seen these things before. And the things that's finna come, we ain't never seen before, man. I'm talking about they're finna have things going on in this country that you people just dreamed about, man. Seen on movies, man. You ever watch The Road? Bushwick? People locking horns in the middle of your driveway, man. Somebody getting slammed on your car. You know? Your kids getting beat up. And you can't do nothing about it. Can you imagine a whole bunch of a gang of Trump supporters with a Make America Great Again hats walking down your block looking for people who was going against him?
It seems like something out of a bad movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't vote Trump? All right. Just wailing on you, man. It says, you wanted this?
Just keep.
It says, at this point, most Americans are expecting the worst. To be more specific, one recent survey found that 55% of all registered voters expect a rise in violence following the election.
That's more than half of the country. Come on.
Yeah.
You need to stop smoking that hopium.
It says, in the YouGov survey, about 55% of registered voters said they thought violence would increase in the U.S. following the November 3rd presidential election. Just under 11% of the respondents said that they didn't expect a rise in violence to occur after the election, while 33% of voters were unsure. Damn. So they got some that believe that there's going to be violence, and they got some that not sure, but believe that there could be.
Hey, I can see we're cooking in the kitchen, but I don't see the meal just yet.
Right. It says, even more alarming, a different survey found that more than 40% of Republicans and more than 40% of Democrats believe that violence would be at least a little justified if their parties end up losing.
Keep having to say it.
Right.
I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Brother shall fight against brother and neighbor against neighbor. It tells you right there. 40% on both sides of the spectrum believe that, hey, if we do lock horns, we're a little justified. And they're just being nice. They believe they're completely justified in kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, I can see them the Make America Great Again hats coming up the block now, man. Looking for people to wail on. Wait, what? You don't want to put Biden in office? I'm going to kick your ass.
And even if you're a so-called Negro Latino, I voted for Trump. I voted, what pie?
Yeah, because some people ain't going to believe it. Nigga say you just got a Biden look on your face.
You want some welfare, nigga? I got some for you right here.
Right.
I got some 762 welfare for you.
Right. It says in September, 44% of Republicans and 41% of Democrats said there will be at least a little justification for violence if the other party nominee wins the election. I truly wish that those numbers were not real, but they are.
Point blank period. Let me see. We'll just jump to, let's see. Start right here.
Start right down.
Hey, as it just said, 40% on this side, 40% on that side expect to be justified in their violence, and around 56% of Americans polled in that particular poll said that they know for a certainty that there will be violence on the streets of America.
Yeah, so don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised when you see bloodshed, man. You know?
Hey, and it ain't gonna, like the brother was saying earlier, it's gonna be like stuff we ain't never seen before. When the violence comes, whether it's exactly at the elections or the following weeks or months afterwards, expect to see people on these streets strapped up and taking it to each other. They ain't just going to be throwing rocks or pepper spray or confetti like you've been seeing at these little protests. They'll be coming with those big boys.
Lately, we've been seeing militias just walking around with guns. On video camera, just in big lots, just holding rifles and shit. Standing around with vests and shit on. From the NFAC to the Proud Boys.
To these the 5%ers, which is another type of Edomite militia group out there.
Right. To the what their name is out there in Oregon and shit.
Like Antifa.
The Antifa and shit. A couple of them got rifles on them and shit, man.
Hey, in some of those memos that Antifa has, they said that we're training people to use weapons like AK-47s and stuff like that.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Black Lives Matter gonna be walking around this bitch with guns, man. You know, shit, there's some random niggas in Baton Rouge with rifles and shit on them and shit, talking about we need to protect the black woman and shit. You know, so this ain't the uptick in violence is not shocking to us. People are ready to shoot their guns, man. And not only shoot targets that's not live, but they want live targets, man.
They want the soft and the hard targets.
Yeah. It says election day is now just a little over 2 weeks away, and emotions are running really high. Most Democrats fully expect Joe Biden to win, and many of them are still anticipating a landslide. Wow. And they expect him to win by a mile, huh?
By a country mile.
Shit. It says, of course, most Republicans believe that the national polls are completely wrong again, and that President Trump will ultimately emerge victorious. In the end, one side will be proven wrong with the disappointment that they will feel. With the disappointment that they will feel will be very, very bitter. We all remember the riots that we witnessed earlier this year, and many believe that what is ahead could be far, far worse. They got an Asian motherfucker on the side of a building just hanging, talking about something. I want to talk to Trump right now.
I'm going to cut this rope.
They got people out here with, if you don't believe that violence could emerge in the streets, you are crazy, man. People out here threatening to kill themselves. It says in 2020, gun sales have surged to levels that we have never seen before, and many Americans find themselves purchasing guns for the very first time. One of those first-time buyers is a 44-year-old single mom named Audria Garland. It says Audria Garland, a 44-year-old single mom of 3 girls, bought a shotgun. Damn, she went all in, huh? In May for the protection in the quaint middle-class town of Fishkill, New York.
So quaint means it's like it's idyllic, it's nice and peaceful. You can leave your doors unlocked type of place. But then you got this single mother buying one of those street sweepers.
Yeah. It says she joined a new and fast-growing local gun club to learn how to shoot. So they're getting ready. It says, according to
Reuters,
a potentially contested election that many fear could speak violence played a role in her decision to purchase a firearm. Because a lot of these Edomites, they see Jake out here starting to arm themselves as well, man.
They see Jake at the gun range popping off those shots.
Yeah.
Jake may not be hitting anything at the gun range, but they see Jake
with a gun.
And Jake ain't coming with the rusty pistol anymore. Jake's starting to come with the same shit you Edomites got.
And everybody got the internet. You know, everybody has the internet. Everybody is seeing certain things on Facebook that get them along. They got backwood Edomites that see you, Jake, talking that shit in these stores, saying, man, I got that thing for any white boy that talk crazy. Hey, it's just real, man. You think these backwood hick Edomites gonna let you have guns and talk shit to them and they're not gonna use theirs? Nah, they've been waiting for these days, man.
They've been waiting to shuck that corn.
That's right. It says, like legions of others, first time buyers who are contributing to record sales for the U.S. gun industry this year. Garland's decision to take up arms is driven in parts by disturbing news about the coronavirus pandemic, social unrest over police killing of black people, and a potentially contested election that many fear could speak violence.
And it is gonna speak.
Spark violence.
Hey, though it tarry, wait for it, it shall surely speak, and it shall not lie.
That's right. It says, with everything going on around the U.S., she said, you see a need.
You see a need. And we're done with the article. We'll just go with that second Esdras 15 and start at 14.
Yep.
But hey, as the brother just read in that article, you got single mothers buying guns. You got at any other point in American history an uptick of gun ownership. And we saw a couple of months ago a run at these gun stores, lines going outside. They were running out of bullets.
Absolutely.
They were having a shortage of 9mm bullets.
Yeah. Shoot, there was one time me and one of the bros went to the range, and the guy told us, man, the Edomite came up in there and bought all of the bullets up, man. All of the bullets. You know, for specific guns, of course. But he bought it. He said, hey, man, give me everything you got, man. Because they're getting ready for something. In their spirit, they know that something is finna start happening, man. Utter chaos.
God.
It says 2 Esdras 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
God.
For the sword, which this modern day sword is what? The gun.
Mm-hmm.
It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Hey, and that one people against another can go into a multitude of things. These Edomite Egyptians against Edomite Egyptians, these Edomites against you Jakes, these Moabites against these Ishmaelites. Right. Anybody that's in this pressure cooker named America, once the fire starts, hey, you're going to get cooked up in it, unless you got Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai on your side.
That's
and
right.
Just said, with swords in their hands, that gun, bats, sticks, clubs, Molotov cocktails, anything that they can get their hands on.
That's right. It says, for there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their own power.
And sedition means conduct or speech inciting rebellion against a monarchy or ruling government.
That's right.
So what's that saying is there should be sedition among men not regarding these government officials anymore, your mayors, your presidents, your governors, etc., etc. And they not regard their kings or princes. And what did we just read in that article? Hey, you got the both sides saying, hey, we feel justified in our violence if our side doesn't win. A clear-cut example of, hey, if I don't get what I want, then nobody gets what they want. Yeah. I'm not going to regard my kings or princes or the electoral way. I'm going to get it how I live and take this country in the direction I want it to be taken in.
That's what I'm saying. If you got to think about it, if your presidents can't have a reasonable conversation about the election, how can your followers? Ain't no reason with these people, man. It's to the point where reason has died, man. Now somebody else need to die now, man. You people, man. You people want to kill one another because you know damn well the children ain't no happiness. Like the brother said a little earlier, man. America ain't set on friendships and bonding together and people loving one another. Man, this country was created on one people against another, this people against this people, enemies, man.
Hey, even your president, Donald Trump, if you look into his management style, he says he likes to pit people against each other.
Yeah.
He feels that gets the best results. The best man wins. The hungrier dog wins. This whole American society is a dog-eat-dog, vicious, cold, and violent world.
Yeah. Didn't he have a show called
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice, man. You think everybody was The Apprentice? No.
It wasn't The Apprentices.
Right. It was The Apprentice. It was a contest, man. And only one dog could win.
Hey, Trump even wanted to come out with a version of The Apprentice where it was Jakes against Edomites, and that was the whole premise, white against black.
See?
And Trump was like, "Hey, I think that gets some good ratings because that's a." He even said this. He's like, "That's a that puts a finger on the vein of this country because that's a problem that's always persistent, will always persist in this country. Hey, that's an Edomite that's in his right mind.
That's right.
And hey, Trump 2020.
Trump 2020.
Hey, Trump 2020. Trump till the missiles.
Yeah, Trump to the missiles.
Trump till the fields too.
That's right.
That's it with that. We'll close out with that. Mark chapter 3, 24 to 25. And hey, like we said earlier in the video, if you're truly about this walk and about this truth, you should be happy seeing this come to pass. Because this is everything we've been reading about and hoping about. Because while the dark days may come, hey, we know what the light at the end of the tunnel is, the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, that's right. Mark 3 and 23. It says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan?
Yahweh Shai speaking.
It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
We can clearly see that this kingdom of the United States of America, Babylon the Great, is divided at every facet you could possibly think of. And on an even bigger level, Esau Edom's kingdom globally is divided. And you're starting to see, a quick side note, you're starting to see these European Edomites go against these American Edomites. These American Edomites go against these Russian Edomites, etc., etc.
That's right. It says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
And the house of Esau Edom is clearly divided and will not stand.
That's right, man.
Kind of actually just want to get one more quick.
No, but the brother right, man. Esau be beefing against Esau all day, man. Hey, we went out a couple nights ago. Esau sleeping on the streets, man. You think they care about each other?
Hey, I've been seeing more homeless Edomites than I've been seeing Jake Edomites lately.
Right. That's how you know your kingdom is finished, Esau. Because they'll never have a homeless Jake, man, in the kingdom of heaven. Never.
The lowest of the low Jake in the kingdom is going to be living like Bill Gates.
Ooh.
Hey, can you say that for any point in any of your rulerships, devil? But we're going to close out with Sirach 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart, or my mind to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Yeah.
A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
That's what we live for, baby. That's what we live for. We can't wait to see Esau and his philosophies go right down the damn drain where they belong, man. He need to be flushed.
He's about to be flushed. He's swirling in it right now.
That's right.
The toilet might seem like it's a little clogged, but hey, that plunger's about to
get him on this.
Get that backflow out of there.
That's right, man.
But you got anything else you want to say, Akim?
Oh no, that's it.
Oh, but with that, we hope you sincere Akim were edified by this lesson. And as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim, out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Abba Babal.
Abba Babal.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Shalom.
Shalom, Akim.